constant awe. Like I'll wake up in the morning, the fog is still outside, I walk around, I cannot believe this house, my life, my children, everything I have, I owe to this little humble character. I don't know where it came from. It just came up one day, just writing about my insecurities, and I put them in the body of a box I never knew, and I never take it lightly. That's why, guys, I was so depressed when my career was going down. I said, Jesus, if I could just do one more thing, it would just be end the Rocky series with dignity, because Rocky 5, I blew it. I made a big mistake, and just everything, and I take all blame for it. So I said, if I could just do that one thing, and it took 7 years, because it was really tough to make a sequel to a failed film 18 years later playing a 60-year-old fighter. You talk about a tough sell? That's a tough sell. But it wasn't about fighting. It was about gracefully going on to the last portion of your life. Anyway, when that worked, I was ready to retire. I was done. I had nothing more to prove. And then I thought, maybe I should close out the Rambo. And that worked. And I got greedy again. And here I am.
We have time for one last question. Let's hear it.
Hi, my question is for everyone. What was the most difficult scene for you in the movie and why?
Okay, you first, Randy.
Well, the most difficult scene for me was the biggest dialogue that I had, which was the monologue that I had pertaining to my particular physical appearance. And I prepared because I thought that was going to be the biggest scene for me. I spent a lot of time with my coach trying to find the character and get the words off book. Showed up the first day shooting in New Orleans, and that was the very first scene that we did. So I got no chance to kind of work into this or warm up or anything. It was the very first day. And as soon as I got on set, Sly decided to rewrite the whole scene.
Right.
So I had to learn it all over again in about an hour. I was freaking out in my trailer going, God, how am I going to do this? Thankfully, Terry was in the trailer next to me. He spent some time reading with me and trying to get off book on that all the dialogue again. Went back on set and we got it done. And I felt like that was not only the scariest scene for me, but probably the best one for me as well.
That is true, Terry. When someone, I know it's a terrible habit I have. You know, you get out there, Harry, you go, it looked good in the trailer. And then when you see on the set, you go, God, it's too long, it's this thing. You start to rewrite it, and the actor says, I spent 6 months learning this. And that's, you want to talk about fear? That's fear. Dolph, your tough scene.
Well, I guess the hardest scene for me probably was, you know, I have this, the first time I appear in a movie, I come out and I'm crazy. The guy is totally nuts, my character Jensen, right? So I have this, Sly wrote this joke. I come out and I tell this joke. I know you were there.
Yeah, I remember the joke.
And, you know, I come out, do the first take. All right, Sly, that's pretty good. Let's try another one. And then it got worse and worse. So, you know, after about 20 takes, I was losing it. I was like, what's going on here? It was like embarrassing. I was like, but you know, Sly wanted me to do it in a certain way, and he was right, you know. But so anyway, we went through it, and I felt like, oh man, this is like the worst day on a film set I think I've ever had. Holy shit, my fucking career is over. Sorry, my career is over. This is it. I'm finished. So, and anyway, one thing led to another. Same night, we did some more scenes with Jet Li. Remember, we had a scene together, worked pretty good. And then the funniest part was, you know, when I came to the ADR to do my ADR for that scene, which is like the first scene in the movie. Meaning, you know, you redo your dialogue again. You walk in on sound stage, we do the dialogue. Sly goes, hey, guess which take I used?
I used the first take.
Thanks.
You know, he got it right the first time. Oh my God. Yes,
You can't let that happen.
Oh God. No, to me, the hardest thing to direct was me and Mickey, where Mickey has the absolute, the entire emotional core of the movie changes, flips on a monologue that depends on him in the mirror, no cuts, this close, and just, the clock is running because we have time for 2 takes and he has to be on a plane. So it's all pressure. And I said, Mickey, no pressure. You must smash it through the lens. Not a little bit. You gotta kill it. Otherwise the whole movie stinks. This is the pivotal scene. This is it. And I'm gonna hold the camera on you, no cuts. You can't blow it. He goes, cool. Can I listen to Bruce Springsteen one more time? I said, no. Go. Boom. And he just cracked out of the park.